I think it's an awesome idea that the Ministry for Ethnic Communities is hosting this conference. I love the theme, the ethnic advantage, and that's something that I feel like is perhaps not talked about often enough. And so for us to spend a whole day talking about it and really, really framing it up the way we want to, I think it's a fantastic opportunity.
You know, one of the things I always think about when I think of people who come from other countries or ethnic communities more generally, even people who've been born here for generations, is that it's important for them to participate. So I was really encouraged to see the amount of people who signed up and turned up beyond the numbers that were registered. So that's awesome to see. And in the conversation in the room that I've just come from, it was incredible to see the energy in that room. People are really committed. They're asking questions that relate to their community. They want to work together to see what we can do to make things better for people. They want to unlock the potential that they bring. That's so amazing to see that they're participating in the community affairs.
My impressions of the conference, I think it's probably been a long time coming. We've had in Christchurch, we've had a couple of traumatic events that have happened, and then I guess with COVID happening over the last 3 years, it's kind of kept us all separated as a people. So beautiful to see lots of people from ethnicities, I guess, that live within New Zealand coming together to talk about where to, about how we look after one another, especially for us as mana whenua, being able to hear and listen to our brothers and sisters from other countries, as our tikanga is very similar amongst our Indigenous people. So I think it's one of, we have a whakatauki that our tipuna Pita Te Hori left for us, kia te whai ki te iwi. And yes, as an iwi of Māori, it's about us nurturing and being nurtured. But too, for us as mana whenua, it's about us nurturing those manuhiri who are in our takiwā. So quite an overwhelming effect, I guess, for me, and for my taua and paua who are attending as well, about coming together not only as Māori but just as Indigenous people.
I think it's beautiful. Like the beautiful thing about New Zealand is that New Zealand is this magnet that has drawn people of all different cultures and backgrounds to it, and that provides us with a really profound opportunity to utilize that diversity for something special. Not many countries in the world, there's only a few countries in the world that have acted like a magnet in that way, and New Zealand is one of them. So we should put an effort to utilize that diversity that New Zealand has attracted, because together, the cultures together and the insights together and the perspectives together become far more powerful than if we're individually operating with our mindsets. Unifying our mindsets is far more valuable, and that's what you guys are trying to do, and I love that.
I think it's good that we have a conference like this. I also think it brings up lots of questions for me as to how much support we can provide through, and how much provocations we can provide through an opportunity like this, because it's valuable. It probably needs to be more than what it is now, in terms of infrastructure, in terms of activities, in terms of duration. But the one thing that has been on my mind a lot today is the word ethnic. And for me, I think the word can be quite othering. Obviously, the ministry is called the Ministry of Ethnic Communities, and there's a good reason for it. But why are we ethnic? Because we all have ethnicity. It's just like world music. Why is our music world music? It's just music. So I was talking to Gillian earlier and just asking him, like, wouldn't it be cool if one day we could have a ministry for te tiriti, tangata te tiriti, as opposed to Ministry of Ethnic Communities. So
the conference itself, I think, has been good. Days like this always seem too short, and I often wonder if It's sometimes less is more, and more conversations, and that's not a negative thing because I think everyone wants to talk and connect, and especially for these communities who struggle at times to get time, to get what we'd call airtime, with people who make decisions or who have some form of, I guess, the power imbalance sometimes. And so I was really glad to be invited today, and I was really glad to be on the panel, because you don't often get to just have a chat with people.
I think it's highly important that we not only address the barriers that we have, being of an ethnic background or different race, different color, but also recognizing the advantage that we have, and it's to do with the values that we bring, the fresh perspectives that we bring onto the table that contributes at our school, at work, in this nation, and it's really good to see all the communities coming together and just hearing from them, learning from them. It's just beautiful.
I think it's fantastic. To me, this is the first time we have it in Christchurch. I think in Auckland, there have been several similar meetings, I think, previously, probably not held by MEC, but other organisations, but they've seen a lot. But in Christchurch, this is the first time, and that's much needed, because Christchurch is a very diverse city, and something should be celebrated, and today is the chance to get people together and talk about the issues that they have, and to the ministry directly, which is a great opportunity.
Well, in general, any conference like this are very important because it's about getting people's voices heard and amplified as well. So getting together and also to create safe spaces for us to actually have a conversation about fun topics and about also the very difficult topics that we need to talk about in this society. Yeah.
Oh, it was great. Yeah, it was actually quite entertaining. I thought it's going to be a very long day, but it was great. It didn't last like 8 hours day. It was much shorter, entertaining, a lot of information, a lot of new faces, a lot of new people to meet. Yeah, it was great. Yeah.
I think that these conferences are an amazing idea because I just attended the Coming of Age conference, and it was so amazing to hear people's different experiences and perspectives on what their perspective of a racially united nation looks like and what inclusion looks like in the nation. And I definitely want to see more of these conferences happening all across Aotearoa.
I think that's a great initiative that Ministry for Ethnic Communities to create this such platform to connect different ethnic groups, and it's just great to bring us closer and to reconnect it. And I really enjoy this. It's such a profound experience. It's amazing to meet so many talented people and listen to their stories and to celebrate their achievements, which is kind of open eyes for me as well. It's a great initiative, and I think it's certainly have really reflect as a community we work on over the last decades to culturally inclusive and culturally convergence. That's what we've been working on the last decades. We're a small group. We want to, share our values, experience, and to be proud of who we are, who our ancestors are, and also is contribute back to New Zealand. So I see New Zealand as my home, being a migrant here over 22 years plus, and country of origin is also the country I love. It's great, to share our values and cultural heritage. And I certainly believe the ministry have done a wonderful job. And then to hear the voices from local communities and to see what we need and what we need to work on and what we can improve.
I think it's great. I think it's a great opportunity for our ethnic communities to come together and start conversations. And yeah, hopefully this is the start of something, and there'll be more opportunities for our communities to connect.
Absolutely love it. I'm meeting a lot of people, and being new to the council seat, it's absolutely amazing to be able to meet so many diverse people and diverse leaders, and seeing the amazing leadership that's being shown across the board I'm really, really, really impressed. And I feel very comfortable in knowing that the future is looking really good.